Hello everyone, I'm Mark from Blundhouse Technical Analysis and it is October 30th. We are going to do a quick video for you today on how to set up and a little bit of a tutorial on how to use the Blundhouse Technical Analysis indicator that you can get on Tradingview. This is a private script, so it's something that you won't be able to see if you were searching for it, so you're going to have to reach out to me on Tradingview directly and follow me there. I am Blunthouse TA, and it's capital B, capital H, capital TA. So Blunt, capital B, House, capital H, capital TA. It's all one. And just send me a quick message, which is over here on the right side panel, and just connect with me there. Follow me and connect with me, and tell me that you want to use the script, and I will connect you. A little bit of a process, and I'll walk you through that when the time comes. But you need to connect with me there first. Now, once I grant you access to the script, it will appear in your indicators panel along the left-hand side. Now, I got a whole bunch of stuff in there, I know that. But what you have to do to set up your script is hit the settings button, and it'll show up as Blunt House something or other, something like that. And you just pop open through the settings button in this panel. Now, for those of you that have been following me before, I run a pretty basic set of moving averages, and the system that we're trading with is kind of dependent upon that setup. So in the input section, some of these things will all some of these options will be lit automatically. And what we're going to do is we're going to uncheck some things. So the first thing I want you to uncheck is show confluence zones. We're just going to uncheck that. And we're going to uncheck show stop and reverse levels. In the first field, and there are 9 MA fields in total. Okay, oh, just keep scrolling down. There's 9 in total. And these 9 moving averages allow you to set or use pretty much any kind of moving average you want. Everything from an EMA to an SMA to a hull to TMA, DMA. There's everything you could possibly want to use is there. So whatever type of trader you are, you're going to find the type of average available to you. Okay, now in the Blundhouse system, we believe in fibs, fractals, and filters. And to start off filling our moving averages, we start with the 5 EMA. So you would just set this field to 5. MA type is EMA. Time frame is chart. Everything else is pretty much set for you, so you don't have to change too much. Where you see the MA bull color and MA bear color, what this is referring to are the signal arrows that you're going to get long and short. That's what that's referring to. And it works off of the first 2 averages, okay? The second thing you're going to do is your next field, which is your second MA, you're going to use an 8 EMA. The 8 EMA is what we refer to as the T line. So if you ever hear the word T line, it's actually a reference to the 8 EMA. Now the luxury that you have, depending on the type of trading that you do, if you want to change these fields, maybe you want to try a shorter field and make it 4 instead of 5. You can do that, right? But this is what I've been using for quite some time, and I find it pretty effective. But the flexibility is there for you to tweak things as things go on. All right? So this is what you're going to be looking at for your second field, the 8 EMA. And we're going to see all these things on the chart. The next field I want you to fill in is number 3, which is the 20 SMA. Don't really have to worry about the colors in here at this point. I'll show you why in a minute. So the next field, MA4, is the 50 MA, and it's of course an SMA. The following MA5 is 100, also an SMA. MA6 is 200, MA7 is 500, and MA8 is 1000. So I use a 5 EMA and an 8 EMA, and they kind of act as a filter and a trigger. And I'll explain a little bit of that as things go on. And then I use a 20, and these are not all lit at the same time, but they're there at my disposal, a 20, a 50, a 100, a 200, a 500 day, and a 1000 day. Right? So those are the moving averages that you're going to fill in these fields, unless, of course, you want to change them, and that's entirely up to you. Okay? Moving right along, leave everything else as it is, with the exception of you can uncheck show price touch alerts. So at the end, you're just going to have the MA crossover signals. And this is going to keep it clean. The next option we have, because the script and the indicator comes with 9 moving averages, like I said, that you can use any type, it also comes built in with a volume profile. And we're going to enable the volume profile. And next, we are going to have, that's it on this page. So everything else, you can leave it as it is, and it will work just fine. Don't worry about what's checked at the bottom. That's not going to come into play. All right? Under the Style tab, and this is where you're going to set the colors. So remember that these moving averages are set in fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 9. So what you're looking at here in field 1 is going to be the 5 EMA, and it's going to be white. The next field, remember, was the T line, and that's going to be yellow. The next field is going to be your 20 MA. Then we have the 50 MA, the 100, the 200, the 500, and the 1000. And that's how we're going to be able to light them on and off. Now, you have the ability to set multiple types of alerts. So there's that flexibility built into this. But for what we've been showing in our live streams and what we've been talking about in our Telegram and teaching is that we're basically looking for signals, bullish and bearish, off excuse me, the 5 EMA and the 8 EMA. Those are going to be our keys. That's what we're going to give signals off of. However, if you wanted to set alerts within different fields for crosses or price touches, things like that, all of that flexibility is built in here, but it would get a little busy if you were to use them all. So just for simplicity's sake, these are the ones that I'm using. Everything else in here you can leave as it is. The visibility panel you don't even have to worry about. Okay, so this is what you're going to be looking at in inputs. All right. This is the style. And I'm just going to click OK here for a second. Now, I've had the script hidden. Now we're going to show it. And what we're going to do is enable the rest of our moving averages. I forgot to finish clicking all of these. So what's going to light up now, and you're going to get to see how we do this now, is just by checking these in the input section. It's going to light them up. Now I'm not going to light up the 100, but if I wanted to, I would just do it right here. Okay, but I'm going to uncheck it for now. We're going to bring the 200 up, which is red, and I'm going to bring the 500, which is pink, and here it is, 1000, which we know is amber. These colors are not necessarily reflective, so don't worry about that. What I often do with this open field is sometimes I like to see where the 200 EMA is, right? And I'll just unclick it and click it as I need to, just because it helps me determine what price might be looking for or what it's sitting on. Sometimes the read is a little better off the 200 EMA. That's all that I use that for. And I just uncheck it when I'm not using it. Okay, so then just click OK again. And here we are. Right, so we have all of the moving averages that we want to be using set up. Our volume profile is set up. And from this point forward, we can, I'm just going to switch charts here, but we can, you've got everything you need. Now what you're going to see, this is an hourly chart for NASDAQ, and when you see these signals, here's a buy signal. Right, so you've got the white is the 5 EMA, the yellow is the T line. 20 MA, 50 MA, 200 MA, 500 MA, 1000, obviously your volume profile. So the way this works is when you get one of these green arrows, obviously that's a buy signal. And the objective is that you would buy that when you get the signal. And you'll notice here that your 5 EMA is white, but when it's bearish or there's a little bit of selling going on, it'll turn red on you. And you'll see that here as an example on the trend down. But you would buy this green signal and you would stay in this trade as long as the divergence between the T line and the 5 EMA stays apart. And when it closes or condenses or you get a sell signal, then you would close that long trade. Right? So you got a nice long trade here on NASDAQ 1 hour. Coming out of these nice big moves, you'll often end up with a little bit of consolidation, which is normal, right? We can expect that to happen. And you don't have to take every single signal that you see, especially in a consolidated period. But what we're looking to do is we want to trade the breakdowns and the breakouts. We have an impulse up that hits resistance at excuse me, the upper value range, pulls back. This big red candle probably would have triggered your short, certainly your sell. And here's your sell signal. Right, so this is the safe entry. This was a little chaotic, this up and down, and you wouldn't have known what to do in here because it's just bounce you all over the place. So the script was just saying, calm down, let that figure itself out, wait to get the signal. There's your short signal. And you're in early, well before the big sell-off. And that's why we do this, right? This big point at the bottom, that's indicating a change in direction. These big parabolic moves, because the impulse down was so intense, and that snapback takes a little bit to pull those lower averages over the T line, and that's why there's a little bit of a pause here to get a signal. But you would know that this is the first touch of the 50 MA on this time frame, so you're susceptible to either a pause or a rejection, right? We still have to figure out what that's going to be. If it rejects, because current price revisits past, break one level, find the next. So you broke one level, impulse down, back to the 50, first touch. This could be a rejection. If it fails, look to take out the previous wave's low, which brings you south of the point of control, and brings you into this big volume gap. And why is that relevant? It's relevant because this area here, when price gets into it, it can move up and down real quick. How did this volume gap appear? What creates it? Parabolic price typically is more than enough to do that. And these candles that just basically went nowhere but up, although they're great when you're longing them, what you have to realize is that when you go to retrace them, they're not filled with anything substance of any substance. They're just fairy dust and air in there. And when they get tested, they typically are not able to hold price up. It can get into these gaps because it's basically a volume deficiency, and then price can rip through it up or down really quickly. So these gaps are your friend when you're on the right side of the trade, right? And how do you trade this? Basically, once you're on the north side and the divergence that you see there trending higher sticks and you don't get a sell signal, well, then you can stay in the trade. But that's how you'll end up getting these indicators for our indicator script on your screen. Once I grant you access, it'll appear in your panel here. Just bring up your pane, the window, and just do what you see here. Don't worry if these colors look different on the input section, because you have here the opportunity to set them. Right? And this is how you take them on and off your chart, just by clicking in the field. And that's it. So if there's, this should get you guys set up. I know everybody, once they get their initial subscription, it's like, oh no, how do I now what do I do? So this will kind of help you get all that set up. Inputs, there's how you light up your other moving averages just in here, and you can flick them on and off as you need to. Right? Just open up your settings and bring up this panel, and check them or uncheck them as you need to. So hopefully that helps you get everything set up. Once you get it set up, you're going to want to minimize that to drop all that stuff off your screen. The reason it's so intense is because there's a lot in here. 9 moving averages of pretty much every type. A volume profile. And the flexibility to set alerts at various different inputs. And once you get in there, you can start to have some fun. But the system that we use is based off what I showed you here today. So hopefully that helps. And if you have any other questions, of course, you know where to find me. So thank you for your subscription. And if you have any other issues, please just feel free to reach out to me whenever you'd like. Thank you.